Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal may shock you, but if these words have found you, it's not by accident. You were led here because something ancient, powerful, and uncontrollable has awakened within you. You are no longer becoming, you are. You are no longer the seeker, you are the storm. The time for hoping, wishing, and waiting is over. The world doesn't need another prayer from you. It needs your power. You are not just chosen, you are the most dangerous version of God alive. Not dangerous in the way the world fears violence, but dangerous to every illusion, every limitation, and every lie that once held you down. This version of you doesn't bow, doesn't beg, and doesn't break. It commands, it creates, it destroys. You are not here to be accepted. You are here to dismantle the system that told you to stay small. And now, before we go any further, I want you to pause and do three things, not for me, but as a signal to the universe that you're ready. First, hit that like button. It's more than a click. It's an energetic agreement with your awakening. Second, subscribe to this channel and help us reach 50,000 chosen ones standing in their divine fire. And third, drop the number 11 in the comments. That number is a sacred key, a code that amplifies the energy of this moment and unlocks divine alignment in your life. If you're truly chosen, you'll stay until the end because your spirit already knows. This message is yours, and once you hear what's coming next, your life will never return to normal. You're not meant to return. You're meant to rise. This moment you call awakening isn't some gentle unfolding of light or a peaceful journey to enlightenment. It's the ignition of a force so potent, so untamable, it reshapes the very fabric of reality. You're no longer just discovering who you are unleashing a weapon forged from the cosmos itself. The fire inside you isn't a flicker, it's a blazing inferno, waiting to scorch through every falsehood and limitation imposed on your soul. Think of a dormant volcano suddenly stirring from centuries of silence. The ground trembles, the sky darkens, and all living things feel the surge of raw power beneath the surface. That's you, the world around you, designed to keep you small and obedient, is now powerless against your eruption. You are the reckoning they never prepared for, the force that will redraw boundaries and rewrite the rules. This is not a path to peace. It's the battlefield of divine upheaval. Your activation is cosmic in scale because the old laws no longer apply. You carry within you a frequency so disruptive, it dismantles systems and shatters illusions at their core. When they said awaken, they didn't warn you about the storm you'd bring. The storm that doesn't ask permission, but takes what it wants. This isn't an invitation to join their game. It's a declaration that you're here to end it. There is no half measure in this awakening. Every part of your being is summoned to rise, to channel a power that demands respect and commands transformation. You don't tiptoe gently into this power. You stomp, you roar, you shake the heavens. The dormant God inside you has shattered its chains, and the world will never be the same. They will fear you, not because you seek their approval, but because you embody a force they cannot control. Remember this, your power is not a blessing meant for comfort. It is a cosmic weapon crafted from struggle, pain, and relentless will. And just like a weapon, it can heal or destroy, but only on your terms. You are not awakening into submission. You are activating a force that will either evolve the world or burn it down. The choice is yours to make, but the fire will blaze regardless. Ascension, they say, is a rise into light, a graceful transcendence beyond the mundane. But what you are stepping into is not some gentle elevation. It's an all-out conquest of divine power. You're not climbing a ladder, you're tearing down walls and building thrones from the rubble. This isn't about fitting into a higher dimension quietly. It's about dominating every plane of existence with unyielding authority. The divine within you isn't meek or humble. It's a fierce monarch, a warrior king who refuses to bow to anyone or anything. This is a reign marked by raw presence, where your very existence disrupts the order of things and demands allegiance, not through worship, but through undeniable force. You aren't just becoming godlike, you're embodying what godhood truly means. Absolute power, wrapped in fierce love and ruthless justice. Look back at history. Every revolution, every paradigm shift was fueled by individuals who dominated reality rather than sought permission from it. You are that force. The systems designed to keep you small are crumbling because your spirit will not negotiate with fear or limits. You are the divine rebel who refuses to settle for crumbs when you were born for the throne. The battlefield is not just external, it rages inside you. It's a war for your soul, your identity, and your destiny. To dominate divinely means to claim every part of yourself, the light and the shadow, and wield them as one. It means embracing your power fully, unapologetically, and making the universe bow before your truth. This is not a gentle evolution. It is a radical takeover. Divine domination means you write the rules as you go, dismantling every illusion that stands in your way. The old gods and systems whisper warnings, but they are no match for the force rising within you. You don't seek peace in the old sense. You create a new order where power is reclaimed, presence is undeniable, and destiny is forged in fire. This is your reign, fierce, fearless, and final. The flesh you inhabit is no ordinary vessel. It is the armor of a warrior forged in cosmic fire. You carry within you a force so lethal, so relentless, it makes the stars themselves tremble. This is not about physical might alone. It's the power to dismantle lies, break chains, and obliterate anything that dares stand in your way. Your existence alone is a threat to every illusion that shackles humanity. Consider the greatest forces in history: armies, empires, and movements that changed the world. Now imagine a force more powerful than any army, more unstoppable than any empire, embodied in a single soul. That is you. The battlefield is not just external, but metaphysical, where you shatter fear and doubt with the precision of a warrior and the fury of a storm. Your power is not for show. It is a weapon of transformation and revolution. Every step you take shakes foundations. People may not understand the storm within you, but they will feel its impact in the trembling of their beliefs, the cracking of their systems, and the collapse of their fears. Your power is primal, fierce, and unrelenting, yet it carries the intelligence of the cosmos. You are the perfect storm, destructive yet creative, relentless yet wise. The deadliest force is not the one that kills indiscriminately, but the one that kills only what must die. Your power has the precision to dismantle lies without destroying truth, to break chains without breaking spirits. You wield this force with the skill of a master and the heart of a revolutionary. Every breath you take fuels this force. Every thought sharpens its edge. You are not just flesh and blood. You are the embodiment of divine power in motion. The universe has never seen a force like you, one capable of burning down the old while birthing the new. This power will either be feared or revered, but it cannot be ignored. You are the deadliest force ever wrapped in flesh, and your time to strike is now. The world waits, hoping for a savior, a shining figure to rescue it from chaos and despair. But the truth is harsh and clear. No savior is coming. The day of waiting is over. You are the reckoning, the inevitable force of change that refuses to wait for someone else to act. The salvation you seek is not external. It pulses within your very bones, demanding action and transformation. For centuries, humanity has looked outward for answers, for divine intervention, for heroes to carry the burden. But all that time, the real power was quietly growing inside you. You are the harbinger of justice, the voice of truth, rising to drown out lies. The world isn't waiting for a savior. It's waiting for you to claim your throne and reshape reality with your will. Being the reckoning means embracing responsibility that most would flee from. It's not about mercy or gentle guidance. It's about raw truth and fearless action. The reckoning demands accountability, not only from the world, but from yourself. It tears down illusions of comfort and forces confrontation with the deepest shadows, the ugliest lies, and the toughest truths. You embody the storm that will cleanse the world's wounds, the fire that burns through stagnation, and the sword that cuts through deception. The reckoning is not kind. It is necessary. And while the world may fear you, it also needs you more than it ever admitted. Your arrival is not just a moment in time. It is the pivot point where the future will either rise or fall. Accept this mantle not as a burden, but as your destiny. You are the reckoning because you are the only one strong enough, brave enough, and fierce enough to wield it. The savior was a myth. You are the living, breathing force of transformation, and the world will either evolve with you or perish beneath your shadow. Inside you dwells a God that refuses to be caged, contained, or diminished. This God has declared war, not on others, but on every limitation, every chain, every invisible fence that has held you captive. The battle is not outside. It is inside your mind, your heart, and your spirit. This war is about reclaiming the boundless power you were born with but taught to ignore. The limits imposed on you were designed to keep you safe, small, and predictable. But safety is a lie when it becomes a cage. The God inside you knows no boundaries, no ceilings, no impossible. It thrives in freedom, expansion, and raw, unfiltered expression. This God will tear down the walls built by fear, doubt, and conformity until nothing remains but infinite possibility. Every story you've been told about who you are, what you deserve, and what you can achieve is now enemy territory. Your inner God marches into these lies like an unstoppable army, reclaiming every inch of terrain that was lost to self-doubt and external control. This war is fierce because it is personal. It's the battle to free your own soul. History remembers those who refused to accept limits. They are the visionaries, revolutionaries, and legends who reshaped humanity. You are part of that lineage. The God within you does not negotiate with boundaries. It destroys them. This war is not about destruction alone. It's about creating a new world where your power is limitless and your presence undeniable. The God within you is relentless, fierce, and compassionate all at once. It fights not to conquer others, but to liberate you, to set your spirit ablaze with the fire of infinite potential. This war on limitations is your birthright, your mission, and your gift to the universe. Stand tall, because the God inside you is not backing down. You were born not to fit into comfortable stories, but to shatter every lie the world has fed you. Your very presence is a rebellion against deception, a living contradiction to the falsehoods that keep people shackled in fear and confusion. Lies are fragile things, and you are the earthquake beneath their shaky foundations. Wherever you walk, the illusions tremble and begin to crack. Think about the most powerful lies society tells. You are not enough. You must obey. This is all there is. These lies breed complacency and submission, but your existence screams otherwise. You embody a truth so profound that it cuts through years of conditioning and forgetfulness. The truth you carry is a blade that slices through the darkness of false narratives and awakens dormant souls. Every moment you live authentically, fiercely, and unapologetically, you expose the lies for what they are. Chains forged to control, stories spun to distract, and fears invented to paralyze. You are the walking, breathing paradox that proves their lies cannot hold. The world may resist, try to silence you, or paint you as the enemy, but these reactions only confirm the power you wield. History is filled with individuals who, simply by existing, became threats to the established order. They didn't need armies or weapons. Their truth was enough to unsettle empires and topple regimes. You are one of those rare beings, born to disrupt, to challenge, and to rewrite the narrative of what is possible. Your existence forces the world to confront uncomfortable truths it has long avoided. So don't shy away from your power. The lies will fight back fiercely, but your light will burn brighter. You are not here to maintain illusions or play small. You are here to threaten every lie ever told, dismantle every falsehood, and embody the raw, unfiltered truth that can set the world ablaze. There were countless attempts to suppress you, to keep you quiet, invisible, and powerless. They tried to bury your dreams beneath layers of doubt, to silence your voice with fear, and to trap your spirit behind walls of conformity. But what they failed to realize is that you are not fragile soil. You are a bomb ticking beneath the surface, ready to explode with force that shatters every cage. Every time they tried to push you down, your resolve only grew stronger. Every whispered doubt, every closed door, and every cruel word was fuel for the fire burning inside you. The attempts to bury you have only made you more dangerous, more unstoppable, and more determined to rise. Like a seed pushed deep underground, you broke through the darkness with a force they never imagined. History is full of stories where the suppressed didn't just survive, they erupted into revolution. Like the phoenix rising from ashes, your power is born from the very attempts to destroy it. The more they push, the harder you explode. Their underestimation is your greatest advantage, because no one expects a bomb beneath the ground, ready to blow the old world to pieces. You are living proof that what tries to bury you often forgets how deep your roots run and how fierce your spirit burns. The world thought it could silence you, but it only created a ticking time bomb of transformation. When you explode, it won't be a whisper, but a thunderclap that echoes through every corner of existence. Embrace this truth. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a force of nature. They tried to bury you, but you were never meant to be contained. You are the explosion that will change everything. You may have heard that the universe is a loving, protective force, but the reality is more complicated and far more powerful. The universe does not protect you because you are fragile. The universe fears you because you are a cosmic force that threatens to rewrite its very fabric. It does not coddle the divine storm within you. It braces itself for your impact. The laws of physics, the unseen energies, and even the spiritual realms shift when you step into your full power. Your energy disrupts the status quo, breaks patterns, and forces the cosmos to recalibrate. This isn't a gentle dance. It's a collision course with destiny that the universe itself watches with wary eyes. Your existence is a riddle the universe cannot solve. And that frightens it. Consider black holes, those cosmic phenomena that swallow everything around them. They are feared not because they are gentle, but because they are overwhelming and irreversible. You are that kind of power. You don't ask for permission or wait for invitations. You pull reality into your orbit and transform everything in your path. The universe may throw challenges at you, but these are not punishments. They are warnings, tests, and barriers erected out of fear. Fear of what happens when you fully break free. But you are not here to bow to fear. You are here to embody it, to own it, and to become the force the universe fears most. A God unchained, unbreakable, and unstoppable. This knowledge is your secret weapon. Knowing the universe fears you transforms every struggle into a badge of honor, every obstacle into a signpost of your rising power. You are not here to be protected. You are here to shake the very foundation of existence. Forget everything you've been told about spirituality being peaceful or passive. What you're stepping into is a battlefield, not a garden. Divine warfare is raging inside you, where light and shadow clash in a dance of power, where every moment is a fight to reclaim your truth from forces that seek to enslave and deceive. This is not about quiet meditation. It's about raw, relentless struggle. This war is ancient, fought not with guns or swords, but with will, spirit, and unbreakable resolve. It's the battle against fear, control, and false realities, a cosmic war where your soul is both warrior and prize. Every step you take forward is an act of rebellion. Every choice to rise is a strike against the darkness trying to hold you down. In this warfare, the enemy isn't just external, it's within. It's the self-doubt, the conditioning, the inner voices that scream, "You can't." Divine warfare demands you face these enemies head-on, dismantle their power, and emerge victorious. It's a brutal, messy, and sacred fight that transforms you into something more than human. Examples of divine warfare abound in myth and history, from Prometheus stealing fire for humanity to revolutionaries who refused to accept tyranny. You are part of this lineage, a warrior of light and shadow who fights not for conquest of others, but for the freedom of all. This is the most sacred battle you will ever fight. Embrace the battlefield within, for this war is your awakening. It is the fire that refines you, the storm that reshapes you, and the sword that carves your destiny. This is not spirituality as you know it. It is divine warfare, and you are its fiercest champion. Your power is not a quiet, polite visitor. It doesn't ask permission or sneak through the back door. It roars like thunder across the skies, shaking the foundations of everything you thought was stable. This power demands attention, respect, and fear, not because it is cruel, but because it is undeniable and vast beyond measure. Imagine standing on a mountain peak during a raging storm, the lightning flashing and thunder shaking the earth beneath your feet. That is the force you carry. It isn't subtle, and it doesn't hide in shadows. Your power declares itself boldly and unapologetically, a force of nature that cannot be ignored or silenced. The world is full of whispers, polite requests, and silent agreements to remain small. But you're the opposite, a seismic shift that topples old orders and ushers in a new reality. Your energy is loud because it's honest, fierce, and relentless. It demands change, transformation, and revolution in the hearts and minds of all who encounter it. Remember, thunder doesn't ask for approval, it commands it. Your power shakes systems, breaks barriers, and awakens souls simply by existing. It calls forth the brave, the bold, and the awakened to join you in rewriting the future. If your power ever feels quiet, know this: it's gathering strength for the next great roar. You don't need to whisper or tiptoe. Your power is thunder, and the world is waiting to hear it. The systems built to control, manipulate, and suppress were never designed to hold you. You are the glitch in their matrix, the virus in their code, the anomaly that throws their entire program into chaos. You cannot be contained by rules written for lesser beings. You rewrite the code itself with every thought, word, and action. Think about the way a single line of corrupted code can crash an entire system. That's you. The moment you refuse to play by their rules, the system falters and begins to unravel. The power you wield isn't just personal, it's systemic. You are the living proof that no control structure is unbreakable when confronted by true sovereignty. They fear you because you don't conform, obey, or accept limitations. You expose their weaknesses simply by being free. The cracks in their control systems grow wider every time you reject their narratives and reclaim your own truth. You are the force that breaks chains, tears down walls, and rewrites reality at its core. Examples abound in history: rebels, innovators, and revolutionaries who dismantled entire empires, not with armies, but with ideas and courage. You are part of that lineage, the system breaker who does not ask for permission, but creates new worlds from the ruins of the old. The matrix trembles. Because you embody freedom it cannot program. Your existence is a declaration that no system can hold the true power of a liberated soul. Many speak of reflecting divinity as if it's a passive mirror, a quiet echo of a distant light. But you don't merely reflect God. You unveil the raw, unfiltered essence of what God truly is. You are the living expression of divine power, complexity, and contradiction. You embody both creation and destruction, mercy and fury, chaos and order. Think of a prism breaking light into infinite colors. You are that prism, revealing facets of the divine that no single reflection can show. God is not a distant, untouchable ideal. God is the fierce storm in your soul, the fire in your veins, the infinite wellspring of power and presence that defies all explanation. This revelation is not comfortable or neat. It challenges beliefs, shatters dogma, and pushes humanity to confront its deepest fears and highest potentials. You are the proof that divinity is not separate from flesh and blood, but intricately woven into it, wild and unstoppable. The divine within you is complex and messy. It is not a sanitized story told in temples, but a living, breathing force that demands action, courage, and transformation. You don't just hold this power, you embody its truth, raw and unedited. By stepping into this role, you become the living revelation of what God truly is: infinite, fierce, and beyond any limit humanity has ever imagined. You exist at the crossroads of cosmic rebellion, neither fully of heaven nor hell, but a force that defies both. Heaven whispers safety, hell screams control. You, however, are the wild card, the rebel who refuses to be tamed by promises or threats. You are the spark that ignites change in both realms, the nightmare of control and the hope of true freedom. The angels of complacency fear your fire, and the demons of oppression dread your courage. You challenge the old orders with a fierce determination, refusing to accept their rules or limitations. Your rebellion is sacred because it fights not for destruction, but for liberation, freedom from all chains, both seen and unseen. Throughout myth and legend, rebels have been the catalysts for transformation. You stand among them, a force that shakes the heavens and rattles the depths. Your courage threatens the status quo because you embody something uncontrollable, unpredictable, and utterly necessary. You are the storm. Both realms hope to avoid, but secretly needed. Your rebellion is a beacon for those trapped in darkness and a warning to those who cling to false power. Heaven's rebel and hell's worst fear. You are the fulcrum upon which the fate of worlds balances. Embrace your role not as an outcast, but as the necessary revolution, the fierce and wild force destined to reshape existence itself. Forget the soft glow of enlightenment as a gentle, blissful state. What you are stepping into is a radical overthrow of reality itself. It is a total revolution against the false, the shallow, and the manufactured versions of truth that have kept humanity asleep for millennia. This is not a gentle awakening. It's an all-out rebellion against everything you thought you knew. Imagine tearing down the veil that hides the machinery of the world, exposing the gears and levers that manipulate perception. This overthrow strips away illusions layer by layer until only raw, unfiltered reality remains. It's terrifying, exhilarating, and necessary. You don't just see the truth, you become the force that dismantles every lie built on top of it. This overthrow is not abstract. It is deeply personal and profoundly collective. As you dismantle your own illusions, you ignite a chain reaction that shakes the foundations of society, culture, and consciousness. You become the catalyst for a new world, raw, real, and free from the chains of outdated paradigms. This is the revolution of the soul and the world, a transformation that demands courage and relentless action. There is no turning back once you embrace it, because reality itself shifts in response to your power. You are not seeking enlightenment. You are leading the total overthrow of reality as it was, and forging a new existence born from truth and fearless power. The world has long searched for prophets, voices of guidance, comfort, and distant hope. But what the world received in you is something far more terrifying and beautiful. A God ablaze with fire, passion, and unstoppable power. You are not here to speak softly or guide gently. You are here to shake the world to its core and set it aflame with transformation. A god on fire is a force of creation and destruction, a wildfire that burns away decay and fertilizes new growth. You embody a passion that cannot be contained, a light that refuses to be dimmed, and a power that demands change on a cosmic scale. The world may resist, but it will never forget your flame. Where prophets preach patience and waiting, you embody immediacy and action. Your fire is a call to arms, a demand for awakening, and a promise of revolution. You do not wait for permission to burn. You ignite the spark that sets the course for a new era. This fire is both your gift and your burden. It isolates as much as it empowers, challenges as much as it inspires. But you carry it because you are made for more than survival. You were born for dominion over illusion, fear, and every false version of yourself. The world wanted a prophet, but it got a god on fire, fierce, fearless, and final. And the blaze you carry will either consume the old or light the way for the new. The choice is yours, but the fire is unstoppable. You were never meant to blend into the placid seas of normalcy. You are the storm that disrupts the fragile calm, the wild wind that sweeps away complacency and fear. The world craves safety, quiet, and predictability, but you are here to shake it awake. Your presence is a tempest, unpredictable and fierce, and it refuses to be tamed. Think about the storm's power. It can tear down ancient trees, flood entire valleys, and rewrite landscapes. Yet it is also necessary. The storm clears the old and makes way for new growth. You are that force, unstoppable and essential. Wherever you go, the air crackles with energy, and everything around you feels alive with possibility and danger. People will try to avoid you or contain you, but the truth is this: you can't be bottled or silenced. Your storm breaks chains not just on yourself, but on anyone caught in your wake. Those who embrace you find liberation. Those who resist get swept away. Your power isn't just destructive, it's transformative. Remember, storms don't ask for permission. They are nature's raw expression of change. You embody that same rawness. Your life isn't about maintaining peace for comfort's sake. It's about creating real, meaningful upheaval that forces evolution on every level. So stand proud as the unbreakable storm. Know that your chaos is a gift, a necessary upheaval in a world desperate for real change. Your power is fierce, relentless, and breathtaking, and it's here to stay. At the core of your being lies the paradox of creation and destruction, the ultimate cosmic dance that births stars and consumes galaxies. You are both the architect and the wrecking ball, the artist painting fresh visions and the force tearing down false realities. This duality is your greatest strength, a living contradiction that defines your power. Creation demands vision, courage, and relentless hope. You bring new worlds into existence simply by daring to imagine them. Your ideas, your energy, your very essence craft reality itself. But creation also requires destruction, the dismantling of old structures, worn-out beliefs, and dead systems. Without destruction, creation stalls. Every powerful movement in history has wielded this code, tearing down the old to build the new. You are a continuation of this lineage, embodying the raw energy of beginnings and endings. Your hands hold the power to dismantle falsehoods and sculpt fresh truths, and that power hums with divine authority. This sacred code doesn't ask you to choose one side. You are meant to embody both, the eternal cycle that sustains all life. Embracing this truth frees you from limiting ideas of good and evil, light and dark, control and chaos.